Hey everyone, of course, welcome to the next edition of Forum Bites. In this episode, we have a conversation about deep dives, or more importantly, the number of deep dives you have within your forum, and are you actually using them to meet forum value? So I'm going to assume that your forum is going to run for around about 4 hours. I'm going to assume, for worst case scenario, that you've got 10 members in your forum. I get questions often around the planet of how many deep dives should you be doing within your forum experience, within those 4 hours. Now that's a little bit of a loaded question because it does depend on how many members, how long you've got, and what type of forum structure you've got. But the easiest answer I can give you is the correct amount of deep dives is as many as you can fit in as possible into your agenda without blowing out the time. Is it 2? Is it 3? It might be. It just depends on your forum. But usually the reason why it gets away from people is because they don't understand the difference between a 5% reflection and a deep dive. And just so everyone who hasn't got up to date with the current vernacular, 5% reflection used to be called updates and roundups, and of course the deep dives used to be called presentations. This is the new way of talking about the forum process. So let's just define both really quickly. The 5% reflection is designed to be short. It's designed to be somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. In my forum, it's 4 minutes, but it depends on the forum. You give a report of 5% of what has happened in your life in the 4 major buckets within your life, as you know, personal, business, community, and family. You give a 5% reflection of what's happened, how it's affected you, and how it has actually made you feel, as well as some other updates that people usually tie into it, like how'd you go with your goals, how is your turnover, and some other different things that different forums do. But it is designed to be short and to the point, and there's a reason for that. The reason is that is actually designed to allow people to look internal. It's allowed for them to reflect on what's happened, the important things, and allowed to get them out concise to the forum so then the deep dive subjects can then be decided upon. What sometimes happens is people get tied up with their 5% reflection and it just stretches the time limit, where they talk more and more about a challenge and a problem that they're facing, and it's sort of more like a deep dive than a 5% reflection. And if everyone does that and your forum is 10 members wide, no wonder your time just blows out and your deep dives are then taken off the agenda because you don't have time. Now, the deep dives are different than the 5% reflection. The deep dive is actually designed for you to talk about a challenge that you're facing within your life or your business, family, community, and it's designed for you to explore the experiences of others so you can make a decision on what you're going to do to positively affect the challenge that you're facing. The value to the individual that's presenting that deep dive is obvious. But don't forget the value to the rest of the forum. When I used to be able to choose the next deep dive going forward, I would always look at whom within the group has got something really important to talk about that they need to try and find a solution for so we can share experience so they can find their path. But I also had a look at, with that particular deep dive, what is the value going to be to the rest of the group? At times of my forum journey, have got more out of other people's presentations than my own, based on the journey that they were taking that I can then duplicate in my own life, business, or family, and then positively take that challenge and the learnings and the experience away from the forum, and I was just sitting there and listening and being part of the group. Don't forget the deep dives are there obviously for the person doing the deep dive and presenting it, but it's also there to generate value for the rest of the group. And if you remove that or take it off the agenda because your 5% reflections are taking so long, you're actually taking value away from your forum. So how many do most people do deep dives in their forum? On average, there's somewhere between 2 and 3, depending on the size of the forum. What I've found is normally when you only have one presentation within a forum, it's normally due to either, one, the 5% reflections are taking too long, or two, there's not a lot of members in the forum, which I understand. But obviously, if you haven't got enough members, get some more. And if your 5% reflections are taking too long, you need to find out why. Now, I have done a couple of videos before in Forum Bites about how to track your 5% reflections, how to make sure they keep on time. And what I'll do is I'll leave the links below so you can get those in the description so you can look at those videos as well to make this whole process a little bit easier. But as always, if anyone's got any questions whatsoever, please leave them in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed already, you know what to do. Just hit that subscribe button now. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.